Okay, so I just finished my main sort of training for today. I'm going to finish up by stabilizing my core to help with my different lifts and basically just with everyday life. So today what I'm going to do is run through everything with no equipment. So if you're stuck, or if you've not got anything nearby, or if you do have stuff nearby, you don't have to use anything. So we're just going to get down on the mat, use the breath timer, same as we've been doing for a few weeks now. Just work through each thing nice and easy. Work on our balance, work on our coordination, okay? So we're going to start the same way as always, with 10 deep breaths through each plank, so front and both sides. So whenever we're ready, we're just coming down. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Never to breathe. Switch there, go to the side. Breathe nice and deep. Switch again. Other side. Done. Good. So if you've got mirrors like I do in here, make sure you check them. Make sure your body stays straight. Don't let your hips go up. Don't let them sink too far down. Control the whole element that makes this class important. So you're driving things up into alignment. You're not waiting for your body to do it. You're making it happen yourself. Okay. We're developing strength in certain areas by actively taking part in raising the hips up, using our glutes, using our quads, using our core, everything to just hold that position. So if you find, if you're looking in a mirror, or if you even feel like you're not in the right position, be active in motivating that return to where you should be, okay? So just another few seconds and some water. We're gonna go 2 more times with that one. And when you're ready, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Switch there. Switch again. So just got one more of those to do. Take it nice and easy in between. Sure. This section is mainly just to get things working and coordinating together. So it's not particularly important that you stay up, as long as you're getting things woken up, getting things to start fighting and start working, because then later we'll get them to, we'll challenge them in terms of their balance and stuff. The next round after this will be an isometric glute bridge, one that we just hold as tight as we can for 15 deep breaths. So we basically want to wake that up and start to tire it out, so that whenever we get into our stability movements, there's a lot more of a challenge to keep us stable, because the muscles that are involved are just a little bit more tired. So again, another few seconds before we go the third time with that one. Whenever you're ready. Done. If you want an extra challenge for this last one, 3, 2, 1, just try and keep your hands apart, because a lot of people will do planks like this, and don't ask me why, but it seems much easier. So if you want to make it a bit harder, keep them out separate, okay? Switch there. And switch again. Alright, good. So that's the third one of those out of the way. What we're going to do next is get the glutes working and fatigue the core just a little bit by doing really long held glute bridges, okay? The glutes are considered to be basically a supplementary core muscle these days because of how chains of movement act through the body. So part of this class is engaging them as part of a system instead of just either training them on their own or neglecting them entirely when we look at our core. So because this is gauged at the benefits of core stability for lifting as well as in normal life, try and get the glutes involved as well so that we can feel how the relationship factors in. So we're going to come down and we'll start straight into this one. Rolling your shoulders back, okay? If you sit flat, it's going to be much harder. Make sure there's a gap here. Roll your shoulders back. You should be able to fit your hand in there. Once you're in that position, flex your feet nice and close to you. Take a deep breath. It's up. Going for 15 breaths, okay? Drive as hard as you can. Make it come straight through here, not through anywhere else. You should feel like your core's holding you up, but the drive's all coming from you, okay? Good. So that shouldn't have been too much of a challenge, but this will get harder as we go through this breathe, okay? So do it nice as it goes. You should find that this gets much more difficult just to hold and to feel that contraction, okay? So really drive up through here. Make sure this is the only thing that's really holding you up. And as you breathe, feel the breath moving the core in and out, all right? So roll the shoulders back, drive up, and let's go again. Third of the way through, keep breathing, drive up through there, make sure you can reset. You do, just go for it. Good. So for the last one, make sure every few breaths, check on the good muscles to make sure that they are driving straight up, okay? You will find throughout that you'll start to relax or start to fall or start to come down. Think about, as you breathe, how you can reset that muscle, make it fire again, push even harder as you want, okay? So, give yourself a little bit more time and we'll recover and go again. Right up, and make sure to reset whenever you need to. And done, good. So, take a rest there. This is about halfway through everything. We're going to move on to our stability movements next. So get some water when you need to. This is when things start to provide more of a challenge. So, it's going to be based around two different plank variations. One going to be, well, you can do it whatever way you need to, as long as you can move. First one is based on side planks, so feel free to use your elbow. I'll be using my hand. Hold this position, and we'll rotate around the shoulder joint to touch the floor, and then reach up, okay? So we're doing 10 reaches on either side, and then we'll do that 3 times, okay? So a little bit longer. Always remember to breathe all the way through these, okay? So, seconds, find your position. Low plank is fine, remember. I'm going to do high one, just a little bit extra challenge. Hold it up. And when we're ready, rotate round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. I'm going to go to the other side. Position. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. And down. So with that one, it's important to remember not to let yourself come out of the plank position. It's going to happen, inevitably, but what we're working to do is, as we rotate, stop the body from kicking or twisting or falling out of shape. rotate very deliberately around that shoulder. Don't stick anything out because then you're losing the point, okay? Even if you can't reach the floor or reach up, focus on maintaining that posture, maintaining that position through the body, because that's why we're here ultimately, okay? So, a little bit more time, do that 2 more. Always remember to breathe. This one we're not timing it using the breath, so it's much more important to remember to breathe deliberately while we move. Another few seconds. Get yourself back into position. I'm going to start on the opposite side this time to make it a little bit tougher. We're up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Switch it around. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. The last rest of these ones. I think today, before we do our final stabilizer, we'll throw in one extra exercise just for a few repetitions or so to give us a bit more of a challenge going into that last one. But for now, let's just focus on getting that third rep in, okay? Give yourself some more time. Here's this one more. Really deliberately breathing, really focusing on that control. We're just rotating around the shoulder joint. We're not pushing or folding or bending in any direction. Staying perfectly straight and just rotating, okay? If you can't rotate, you find the reaching and the stretching work very difficult, just hold the side plank, because obviously it's going to be more beneficial for you right now if the twist isn't there, okay? So, third one, it's the last one of these 3. Back up, and ready, go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. So instead of stopping, let's put the body on the spot, do a breath timer or another. Just one more stability exercise before we finish with the last one. On all fours, either opposite arm up to leg, same side, or held knees off the floor. It's up to you. We'll just be timing them together. 2 extra reps. Whichever one you want to do, just go ahead now. It's important to remember, if you're doing the one with the knees off the floor, you don't switch sides, you just keep going. Side. Drive them out really straight, check the mirrors if you have them. Bring them down, good. Do another one of those in a sec, and then we're on to our last stabilizer. Really good. Don't have to do the same one Next time you do it, feel free to change it up. If you did the same side once, feel free to switch up to opposite sides. If you did either of those, you can do the knees off the floor as well. Just mix it up, as long as you're forcing your core to stabilize your whole body, alright? Just a little bit longer, going again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Switch there. Very good, done, excellent. So our last stabilizer, last movement, well, your vacuums is usually finished. Our last one, we're going to come perpendicular to the mat. We're holding a high plank for usually about a minute. Okay, so take a little bit longer. If you find that the stabilizing movements or the random selection stuff is too difficult to perform without falling, hold the high plank, okay? Just hold it, or if you need to hold a low plank, hold a low plank. The importance is you keep doing something for the full duration, okay? Try not to go down at all, if possible. Stay up the entire time. So, that said, let's get up into our high plank, and we'll go. Breathe. Find a comfortable position first. Make sure you're not up or down or anything like that. Just nice and neutral. Touch your elbow with your knee. Done. Do it again. Do a push-up. The important thing to remember about doing push-ups is not to do half reps. If you can't do a full push-up, come to the floor and come to your knees and come back up. Okay? No half push-ups. Right knee to your elbow. Touch your shoulder with one hand. Down. Other one. Down. Walk to the middle of your mat. Touch one hip to the floor. Touch one knee to your elbow. Touch your other shoulder. Touch your other hand. And relax. Good. So, the important thing to remember with those is, again, retain that straight body position. If you find yourself bent in the middle or bowed in some way, you're not getting the full benefit. So even if you can't touch your shoulder, try and balance all your weight over one arm, just stay up and come back to there. Because if you're finding yourself doing this, you're not stabilizing anything, you're just balancing. So try coming off that hand, keeping everything straight, and returning to the center, okay? It's very, very difficult, but the point is that we fight for that, all right? So don't let anything come away from the middle, all right? Rest a few more seconds. We'll do that 2 more times. Not long left, and again, for 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Let's go again. Just breathe. Focus on the breath. Do a push-up. No half reps. All the way to the floor. Climb back up. If you can't climb back up, work your way back up to a plank. Touch your opposite hand. And the other one, hold it. Go back. Touch your shoulder. 1. Another push-up. Touch your shoulder. Walk to the end. 1 hip to the floor. Back to the middle. Bring Bring one knee up to touch the floor. And down. Good. Excellent. Just one more of those. If you find that your wrists are having any trouble, push through the knuckles, don't push through the palm, push through here. That pressure helps use muscles instead of bones, and will take a lot of the pressure off there, okay? So, in this last one, try and remember that. So we got one more, then our vacuums, and then we're finished, okay? 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. More up. Breathe. Do push up. Touch your hand. Hold it. Back. Touch your other shoulder. Down. Touch your hip to the floor. Bring your knee up. Bring your lower up to the floor. Walks to the hands. Do a push up. Touch your hand. Do your other one. Shoulder. And relax. Good. Good. Really, really good. So, we've got one final rest. We're coming to neutral. We do our vacuums, the same way we always do. We've done everything we can think of doing for our core except our transverse. So now, just going to work that bottom layer of muscle to make sure that everything's been brought together, okay? So get some water, take some air, give yourself some time to recover, and we'll finish with our vacuums, alright? Okay, so everything between the ribs and the pelvis has been turned on here. So when we breathe in, we're just creating space. And when we breathe out, we're pulling everything in as tight as we possibly can, all the way towards the spine, pushing everything towards the ceiling. Okay, you should feel every muscle fiber between here and here working really, really hard. If there's a strip or an area that's not on, focus in on that and make it work with everything else, okay? So, into that position, breathe in, and out. Tight as you can. Relax. Breathe normally in between. In, out. Relax. In, out. Relax. In, out. Relax. In, out. Pull it really tight. Relax. In, out. Focus on everything pulling in. Relax. In, out. Relax. In, out. Relax. In, out. Relax. Last one. In, out. Whenever you're ready to sit down, push up. Feel a nice gentle stretch. Relax the back. And again. And relax. Good. Thank you so much for joining me again. if you'd like to know any more about this class, just check out all-strong.com. Thank you so much.